You offer to help her with the groceries. She says no. You offer to drive her to the doctor. She says she'll manage. You offer to help around the house, things she used to do easily but now clearly struggles with, and she looks at you and says, "I'm fine," but she is not fine, and you know it. And every time she refuses, you feel something complicated, a mix of frustration and worry and something that almost feels like rejection, like your help isn't wanted, like you aren't needed, like, no matter how much you care, she keeps pushing you away. And the worst part is, you don't understand why, because all you want to do is help her. All you want is for her to be okay. So today, we are going to talk about what is really happening inside your aging parent's mind when they refuse your help. Because what looks like stubbornness is something much deeper. What looks like pride is actually a silent message she doesn't know how to say out loud. And by the end of this video, you will understand it completely. Let's start with something that most people never consider. When a person grows older, one of the most powerful psychological needs they have, more powerful than comfort, more powerful even than safety, is the need to feel in control of their own life. Psychologists call this autonomy, and research shows that this need doesn't weaken as we age. It actually gets stronger, because here is what your parent is living through every single day that you may not fully see from the outside. They are losing things, slowly, quietly, relentlessly, their physical strength, their speed, their sharp memory, the ease with which they used to move through the world, things they did effortlessly for 60 or 70 years, driving themselves to appointments, cooking their own meals, managing their own schedule, are becoming harder. And every time they struggle with something that used to be simple, they feel it, not just physically, they feel it in a deep and painful way that touches who they believe themselves to be. Because here is the thing you have to understand about your parents' inner world. For most of their life, they were the strong one. They were the one who took care of others. They raised you. They fixed problems. They showed up when things were hard. They carried the weight. That identity, being capable, being independent, being the one who gives rather than receives, is not just something they did. It is who they are. It is how they understand themselves. And now, when you come to them with help, no matter how gently you offer it, what they feel in that moment is not gratitude. What they feel is a quiet and devastating reminder that the person they used to be is slipping away. Accepting help doesn't just feel uncomfortable to them. It feels like proof that they are no longer who they were, and that is something no amount of kindness can make easy to accept. So when your parent says, "I'm fine," when she clearly is not, what is she really saying? She is saying, "I am still me." She is saying, "Please don't look at me like I am broken." She is saying, "I need to believe I still have some control over something in my life, because everything else feels like it is slowly being taken from me." She is not pushing you away because she doesn't love you. She is holding on to herself because she is terrified of disappearing. A study published in the Journal of Aging and Health found that elderly adults who maintained a strong sense of personal control reported significantly better mental health, lower rates of depression, and even slower cognitive decline than those who did not. In other words, her need to stay independent is not just emotional stubbornness, it is her mind and body working together to protect her. Her refusal is not a problem to solve, it is a signal to understand. And here is the part that changes everything when you truly understand it. When you push too hard, when you insist, when you take over without asking, when you do things for her without being invited, even with the most loving intentions in the world, your parent does not feel helped. She feels erased. She feels like her voice no longer matters, like the decisions about her own life are no longer hers to make. And that feeling, for someone who spent their whole life being capable and in control, is one of the most painful things a person can experience. So the answer is not to back away and do nothing, and it is not to push harder because you know what is best. The answer is to change the way you offer. Stop offering help as something she needs. Start offering it as something you want. Instead of saying, "Let me do that for you," say, "Can we do this together? I'd love to spend that time with you." Instead of saying, "You shouldn't be driving anymore," say, "Can we take a drive together this weekend?" The task is exactly the same, but the message is completely different. One says you can't, the other says, "I want to be with you." Research from long-term aging studies has shown that elderly adults who maintained a sense of active participation in daily life, even in small and simple tasks, show dramatically better emotional well-being than those who had responsibilities taken away from them, even when that was done with care and good intentions. They do not need you to do it for them. They need you to do it with them. That difference is everything. Your parents spent decades being the strong one, the one who never asked for help, the one who quietly carried everything so that the people they loved wouldn't have to. That identity does not disappear just because the body slows down. It lives in them just as deeply as it always did. So the next time she says "I'm fine" when you can see that she isn't, try not to feel rejected. Try to hear what she is actually saying underneath those two small words. She is saying, "I am still here. I am still me. Please don't take that from me." That is what she is trying to tell you. And now that you understand it, you have something more powerful than help to offer her. You have the ability to make her feel seen, to make her feel that even as things change, she is still whole, still worthy, still herself. And that, more than any task you could do for her, is what she needs most from you.